They are moving in. Today, what day is today? It's a Tuesday. I guess that's April 16th. It's about 3 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. So we saw a lot of scout activity in my last video at this trap, actually at the other two as well. But it looks like these girls have decided to move in. Way fewer in the sky than there were. Yeah, they're starting to collect up really quick.
Yeah,
there's almost none in the sky anymore.
So there's some of it up here. You see them all?
Yeah. That's so cool.
But a minute ago, like all these guys were
We're
up
all
here.
up in the street, all up in the air, looking
Yeah.
for a home.
Yeah, and they've chosen to move into the box I made.
They approve of your home. Good. So those the burrowing beads in the ground you see, they're always close to the ground, looking for mud and stuff like that. That look very similar to those. Are those still honeybees?
No, those are a different kind of.
Those are aggressive because I've been
Yeah.
attacked by them a few times when I'm mowing.
Yeah, I can't remember what kind those are. I don't know if they're a type of a wasp or what.
Somebody told me they were a type of carpenter bee, but like not the big bumper
Yeah.
ones, the carbon, because they're always usually in wood, like landscaping timbers.
Huh.
And whenever I'm weed whacking, that's usually when I come across them.
Yeah.
And their stings feel like burns, not stings. Like I felt like getting burned by an honeybee.
Yeah, see, to me, that's like a wasp.
Yeah.
You know?
But then they look so similar to these guys, though. It's
Yeah,
like,
there's a few of them that
It's just such a cool sound.
oh yeah,
There's
so,
many
wow,
here.
so many.
I don't know if they're gonna all fit, you think?
I think they'll all fit. It takes time for them to all
They
get
pour
inside. Oh.
Yeah, like it's like they're just pouring out of it and going into it.
Yeah.
Well, they're all trying to go in at the same time, so they can't.
I wonder
fit.
where they collected before they moved in.
Wow, that's a lot in the air.
There's still a lot of them in the air. I don't know if it comes across on camera or not.
I can definitely see on that. And they
But it only
they
takes
just
them,
found
like-
their way.
Yeah, it only takes them like 10 minutes to move in.
It takes like what, like 1 or 2 bees to find the home and be like, hey, everybody, it's right here.
Yeah, so what tends to happen is when they're getting ready to swarm, 3-4 days, maybe a week ahead of time, they'll send out scouts.
Okay.
And scouts will go out all over the place and they just try to find a suitable home. They'll smell it out, they'll go into it, they'll see if it's the right size. Like that's got old comb in it, so they're like, oh, bees used to live in here, right? So,
Okay.
and then I've gotten an attractant in there, which is kind of like lemongrass oil. And then they'll go back to the colony and they'll talk to a few others and convince more to come and check this out. And then we're not really sure quite how,
Yeah.
but somehow, like, the more excited they are when they kind of do their little dance to say where it is, yeah, then they all just decide to come here or wherever.
Because the queens send off a certain pheromone, right?
Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah,
like
but
I'm the queen.
this isn't where they move to. That's on the scouts. That's on the worker bees. The queen just follows, and there might actually even be multiple
That
queens.
butterfly's right in the middle. Big mistake, buddy.
Yeah. We're gonna get some of this sound. They're starting to beard because it just takes a while for them to all get inside.
I've never seen this one. And this is a natural one. Not like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, well, they may have come from our
Yeah.
apiary. You know, it's just right there.
But you weren't doing anything to move them around?
No, I
or
didn't
anything
make
like that.
them.
They were just like, yep, all right, we're moving.
Didn't make them swarm.
What is
So-
that yellow thing up in the tree?
Oh, that.
Is that just fungus?
Protectant for the.
No, that's actually like almost like spray foam insulation
Oh, okay.
kind of a thing.
To keep it from rotting out from the
Yeah.
inside?
Yeah, our tree guy, when he cut down
Yeah,
so many trees.
They're all like over here now.
Yeah.
Yep,
Down
yep.
here.
They're all above.
Yeah, and you'll see they're collecting over here on this little bush.
Like this here.
They're just taking a little break.
Sometimes we'll all just crawling on each other.
Yeah, they call it bearding because it just looks like they're all just hanging onto each other, and they're pouring into the hole as quick as they can. Yeah, I'm surrounded by bees, and there's, they don't care about me. They don't have resources to protect. They just found a home.
Golly.
So they're just trying to move in. They're not aggressive. I mean, if I did something stupid and started swatting at them, but just kind of being around them. Now, granted, they don't like black necessarily, but
we're all wearing black.
Yeah.
But it's like walking into if you're gonna buy a house
See them all.
And bring 80 million of your.
and you're just standing there and you have like there's nothing in the house yet, and robbers come in and go, I'll sell your stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's getting big now.
Yeah, there's probably 10 to 20,000 bees will go in a swarm. Kind of depends on how strong.
I like these guys that are just like literally the same ones who've been chilling around the bottom, just going back and forth. And they're like, yeah, we're smart. We're gonna wait our turn.
Yeah, they'll make their way in. And they're also, I don't know at this point if they're doing this, but they're trying to orient themselves. At some point they'll go, oh, this is where we live now. So they orient themselves.
They do like figure eights.
Yeah, you know how like on your cell phone, if you ever calibrate the GPS, it has you do figure eights?
Yeah.
That's kind of what they do. They do figure eights and they go, okay, the angle of the sun, this is where I live. And yeah.
So when he does take that box down, he'll eventually, he gives him a few days or a couple weeks, can't remember how long, in that box, and then close it up, move it over to the hive over here.
All right, so the bees moved in. Now it's still possible they could decide to sting me right now, but yep. And I don't know if you can, let's see if I can zoom in. No, it's as zoomed as I can get. But there's, the entrance is right there in the middle, and they're just kind of pouring in as quick as they can.
Yeah, you don't want this.
What, the dragonfly?
Whatever this bug is,
yeah.
like looking around, it's like, no, they're really, really outnumbered.
Yeah.
I love watching a swarm move in.
And that's just so cool how they gather.
Yeah, so you leave them for a good week maybe in the box.
Yeah.
And then when you see them starting to bring in resources like pollen and stuff,
Yeah.
that means the queen has started laying her eggs and she's decided this is home. And now they've got, brood to protect, and they're not moving unless they really, really, really have to. So at that point...
Is it Candyman that comes with the bees? Did Candyman come with bees on his face?
Is it?
Yeah.
That would make sense, all the sweets.
That's what it's starting to remind me of now.
But, and then like I said, in about a week, I'll move them over there.
Now it's kind of like an organized little oval.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they're...
You can almost see a face.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's like the Candyman. He's like talking, that mouth is spewing stuff out.
Yep. So, just for all the people out there, this trap is only 5 feet off the ground. It's shaded most of the day. So there's a lot of studies that have been done on the best way to catch bees.
Yeah.
And they say the trap should be 20 feet in the air.
Oh, really?
And it needs to be, south facing, all these criteria.
And you're just proving all that.
Well, and the thing is, it's like, will they move in, or what's the best way? Like, if there was one higher up, they would probably have chosen that one over this one.
Okay.
Right? But...
It's southeast facing.
Well, yeah, but it's shaded, right? But the thing is, so in nature, if they're finding their own natural little place to live, it's usually higher up in a tree. Yeah. And wherever the opening is, right? They don't care if it's south facing or whatever.
Hey, let me in. No, we're spitting them out.
Yeah. Yeah, I came out to let Piper out, and you can't mistake that buzzing noise. And I just looked up. I was like, there's got to be a swarm somewhere.
It's like a mix of wind and highway murmur, like a perfect combination.
But it was but a higher pitch.
Yeah.
And it was at least 3 or 4 times louder
Yeah.
before you came out.
I'm sure. But now they're kind of.
Well, when you got, 20,000 bees all flying in the air, swirling
Yeah.
around, you trying to catch one, baby? You're gonna get pooped on again.
They're coming out, closer to us now, checking us out. They're like, hey, what are these things?
Yeah, they probably won't get aggressive as long as you're chill.
Yeah.
But again, one of their natural enemies is a bear.
Yep. How many
Right.
stings can a bear can take?
Oh, the thing is, that's why they'll go for eyes, because they can't really sting through all the fur,
Yeah.
so they go for the face, the nose, and
And they know how to determine.
yeah,
Oh wow.
Carbon dioxide.
yeah. As you're breathing, they'll
Just like
go
mosquitoes.
towards it.
Okay. all
That's
right.
why if they're being aggressive, you're near them, stop breathing.
Yeah. All right, another little update. What's been maybe 10 minutes since they started? You can see they're making their way in. There's still a number of them, flying around, but really, they're going to be moved in here pretty soon because that beard is dissipating quite a bit on the bottom. They still fall, so. They're just too excited. You guys, take your turn. Well, there we go, gang. First swarm caught of the season. So welcome to Free Range Our Farm, and thanks for tuning in. And we'll catch you next time. Be good, be well, be happy, be safe, be true to yourselves, and as always, be mindful of the bees. We love catching them. See you next time.